When finding the area based on a standard normal curve, we have several options. First off, we may use a reference table. When using a reference table, you do need two pieces of information. First off, we need to consider if our z-score is positive or negative. In this case, 0.42 is positive. Positive z-scores are typically on page 2 of the table, with negative z-scores on page 1. Before we open up the table, we need to know exactly what we're looking for. Given our z-score of 0.42, we have two pieces of information. The first piece of information is the first two numbers in this value, the whole number and the tenths place of the decimal, 0.4. These indicate the row of the table we are interested in, while the hundredths place of the decimal, or the last value, indicates the column. So we're looking for where the row of 0.4 and the column of 2 intersect. Looking back at our table, on page 2, because this is a positive z-score, we see the 0.4 row here and the 2 column here, indicating the area is 0.6628. You will notice that by default, most of these will round directly to 4 decimal places. It is also important to note that the table always indicates the area to the left of that standard score. If you wish to find the area to the right, knowing that the entire table adds up to 1, you may take the value of 1 and subtract the area given on the table. You will not find the area on the table in order to indicate the area to the right. You cannot find the area to the right directly from the table. You must subtract from 1. Subtracting from 1 results in the value of 0.3372. So if asked to find the area on the right, you can subtract this value from 1. If you do not wish to do this by hand or through using a reference table, you may also do this in StatCrunch. We'll go ahead and open StatCrunch by asking for question help and then choosing the StatCrunch option. Once this opens up, we are going to hit the Stat button, Calculators, and scroll down to Normal. We're going to start with the standard calculator. Now, because we are given the z-score, in this case, it has already been converted to a standard score. By definition, the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. The z value given was 0.42. If I want to find the area to the left, I choose the less than option, that is left less than, they start with the same number, and hit compute. I have the nice picture here. It shows the area to the left, and I have my value, 0.66275. Notice StatCrunch will give you more decimals, which means you are responsible for rounding. The nice part is I can easily change this to greater than to find the area to the right, 0.3372. And it even gives you a nice picture to show you the area to the right. Now, what if you're given a question that asks you to find the area between two values? For example, this question asks us to find the area between negative 0.94 and 1.28. StatCrunch is able to handle this as well. We do have to choose at the top between and not standard. I'm going to leave the mean as 0 and the standard deviation is 1 because I was given a z-score, and that is the definition of a z-score. The problem asked me to find the area between 0.94 and 1.28. I enter those values in, hit compute. The picture agrees with what I expect between, and my area is given right here. Again, you are responsible for rounding. It is your choice if you would like to use the reference table or StatCrunch. Both will give you the same exact solutions. Just be careful with your rounding and also be very cognizant of when your z-scores are negative versus positive. Another common error is misplacing a negative sign.